That's crazy. It is insanely fast how it does that. If you happen to run an Airbnb, or maybe you just want to protect your belongings in the smartest way possible and get rid of the keys that you have in your pocket, you of course should think about getting a smart lock for your doors. Because to be honest, my car, no key. My house, no key. So long story short, I don't have any keys I have to carry around and worry about losing, or worry about fumbling in my pocket and trying to get them in the door late at night when I'm trying to go inside and fall asleep. So today we're looking at the Geek Smart LB400 version 3.0 smart door lock that has a ton of features that's got me so excited about it. Now keep in mind, this isn't a deadbolt system, so you probably won't be using this for your front door, although you could if you really wanted to, but personally I'm going to be using this for my bedroom door to keep prying eyes out of my bedroom, because that's my happy place. This smart lock features a fingerprint unlock that can support up to 120 different fingerprints and unlock in under a third of a second, which is super fast. It's going to be a smooth motion. Touch it, twist it, you're in. A password unlock so you can type in a code, and it even has a special feature that I really like, by the way, where you can type in random numbers, your actual password, and then random numbers at the end, so that way if somebody's looking over your shoulder trying to figure out what the number is, they won't be able to figure it out because you typed in a bunch of random numbers. That right there, it's the little things that count. We have an app unlock so you can unlock your door as you approach it automatically, or you can even unlock it when you're across the country or across the world, right from your phone, as long as you have an internet connection. Very cool. It supports RF tags, so you can actually give basically a key card to somebody so they can just tap it on the doorknob and it'll unlock for them. That way you don't have to give them a code. Although, to be honest, the code's gonna be a lot easier. And then if you really want to, you can use a regular old-fashioned key if, you know, somebody in your family, maybe someone older, they're like, I don't like all this technology, I just want my key. Well, they can have one. So there's that. Pretty cool, but, you know, no keys for me. And on top of all this, you can even connect it to your smart assistants like Google Home and Amazon Alexa, so you can unlock the door with your voice. So if you're laying in bed, someone's at the door, you can be like, hey, you know, trigger word, unlock the door. And they'll be like, okay, unlocking the door. And then you'll be like, yeah, I unlocked the door for you. Come on in. You know, pretty cool, right? Ultimate laziness. Now, the overall design of this actual doorknob looks super sleek, and I'm very excited to get this thing installed and take a look at it. The box overall looking very nice, very simple. Wow, we are inside! And inside the box, I have a user manual, a warranty card, an installation guide so you can get a perfect installation, as well as Geek Smart Care Plus for free. And you ready? Dun 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 dun. Woohoo! There. Oh wow, that black looks nice. Also inside the box, we have spare connecting rods for 60-70 adjustable latches with a door thickness of 35 to 50 millimeters. We have square bars and connecting rods. Now remember I said there were key tags? We actually have 2 of them right here, and they're very small, very sleek. Wow, actually some strong plastic here. I thought they were gonna be like a paper card or something. This is looking nice. Put this on your keychain, no way you're gonna lose it. We have 2 metal keys in case you don't like technology, or also metal keys are great to have as a backup in case the battery inside of this thing dies and there's no way into your house. That way you always have a way in, so you can hide this key in your lawn somewhere and always be ready. Just don't let somebody else find it. Right here we have the door latch, so we can easily get this installed into the door frame. Perfect, comes with both ends. Some Phillips head screws, as well as the actual smart door lock itself, and this thing has some weight to it. It feels super solid. This is a nice doorknob right here. So first things first, we have the interior doorknob. As you can see right here on the inside, we have a lock button. One touch, press it, it locks the door from the inside. Very nice. And this is very cool. Like, take a look at this. This is a doorknob, so you can twist it, it resets. It feels so satisfying and smooth to turn, and it just reflexes right back to restart. Very nice. And like I said before, this is a solid metal design, very high quality. And then we have the exterior door panel here. Here's where we have the wire that's gonna feed through the door to connect to the other end, so we can have power for both sides. Up here on top, we have the fingerprint sensor that's gonna read your finger in a third of a second. Very nice, very good size, fits perfectly. Once again, I love that feel. It feels so nice. Over on the front sides where we're gonna have all the numbers on the touchscreen so you can unlock the door with a PIN code. Down on the bottom we have a speaker grill because it actually tells you when the door unlocks. It's like door unlocked, and that way you know the door's unlocked. Very cool. We have a micro USB charging ports, as well as the keyhole for your metal backup key. You can just stick it inside, turn it to unlock it, and that way you're never locked out even if you lose power. And what I really like about this metal keyhole is it's Look at this. On the bottom, out of sight, out of mind, you're gonna come in, touch this. You'll never see it unless you actually need it. Very cool. Plus, since it's on the bottom, water's not gonna be pouring in case it rains outside. So I mean, just taking a look at this, it looks like it's gonna be a very simple installation. So we're gonna go get this thing installed, set it up with the app, and, you know, protect our house smartly with a smart door lock. Because we're smart, we're in the future, technology's here. Let's do it. All right, so now it's time to get this door lock installed. So we're gonna first start by removing our old doorknob. As you can see, very simple, we're ready to go. Next, we're gonna get our latch, we're gonna shove it in. Make sure you put it the right way so it'll actually lock inside your wall. Next, we're gonna place it inside. As you can see, we got a good fit. We're gonna screw it into place. Make sure you have it nice and tight. Perfect. Next, we're gonna grab the external handle, the one with the fingerprint reader. We're gonna grab this little rod here, the one with the hole in it. Put the whole end around the wire. Feed the wire through completely. And if you look closely, there's this metal sheet here. We're gonna push it underneath of that up until it locks into place. Very easy. And then we're gonna turn the sheet all the way to the middle so it lines up with the S on the top. Next, we're gonna take these rods, depending on how deep your door is, make sure you measure it out, and we're gonna screw them into place. Next, we're gonna feed this through the door, wire in, make sure the fingerprint reader's facing upward, stick it through all the holes. All right, just like so. Next, we're gonna grab the interior door handle. We have to take this apart. Once you have the screw loosened, it comes right apart. Next, we're gonna disassemble this piece. Make sure you don't lose the screws, and then just take it apart. Next, we're gonna take this wire, run it through the hole, take it out the other side, and put it right into the prongs right here. Make sure the button right here is facing upward. We're gonna have a nice fit. Now we're gonna put the screws in and start screwing. Perfect, nice and tight. Once we have this part attached to the door, we're gonna take this cable and attach it to it. It pops right into place, that way it'll have power on both sides of the door handle. We're gonna take our battery compartment and get it back into place. Make sure you tuck the cable in here so it doesn't get crunched. And remember, the hole's at the top. We're gonna throw in our batteries and then put the last piece back on. All right, now that we have the doorknob installed, we have to make sure we have it installed correctly before you go latching it. So just give it a little twist. As you can see, it worked. Twist it the other way. It also unlatched, perfect. Now we can close it. And now, assuming everything's working correctly, we can turn the interior handle freely and open the door at will without entering a passcode or anything. Very nice. And now, as far as the exterior handle goes, we're gonna actually have to get this one set up with the app. So we're gonna go into our app store, download the Geek Smart app and open it up. Once you're registered, you're gonna come to this page. We're gonna add a device. We're gonna tap on Smart Lock, tap on LB400 right in the middle at the top. And now we have to touch the screen on the doorknob to wake it up. As you can see, it said to add a Bluetooth administrator and it lit up. We're gonna press next. And now it's gonna detect a nearby doorknob. Right there, we have LVD dash a bunch of numbers. We're gonna tap on that. It successfully added an administrator through Bluetooth. And now we're actually ready to go just like that. So as you can see, we can click to unlock it, long press to lock. So right now, it's locked, it turns freely, but the door is locked. Very cool. But now inside the app, we can just tap it. It unlocks, gives us a verbal command. We can open it up. Look at that, very cool. And now it instantly locked itself. Of course, in the app, once we have it unlocked, let me unlock it one more time. So it's unlocked, but we can also hold it down. And guess what? It just locked it up again. Very cool. Now, as far as things that we can do inside of the app, we have a bunch of different options here that we should actually take a look at. So up on the top right, we have a gear icon to go into the settings. We can see our device ID, we can adjust the name of the lock. So if you have a lock on different rooms and different doors, you can label them all so you can keep track of them. We have the administrative password. So this is actually the password that's gonna allow you to do administrative things such as adding different users. So we can tap on the eye icon. It'll show us our current password, which is our default password, but we're gonna definitely wanna change that. We can see our battery level. I'm not sure why we have to press the eye icon to see the battery level, but I guess it is what it is. Right now it's at 100%. We can adjust our lock sounds, so you can actually have the lock sounds on or off, including low power, password error, or other prompts. I like to have that on because I like to have the lock talk to me. We have passage mode, so this is actually pretty cool. So you can actually have the door lock stay unlocked. For example, if you're having a party and people are gonna be going in and out of the door constantly, this way you don't have to constantly use your fingerprint or type in the code. So for example, I'll turn it on. We'll just have it on for all hours of every single day. Save it. Success. So now whenever you try to open the door, it's already unlocked every time up until somebody locks it manually. And then we have remote unlock, so we can go into that, and after the function's turned on, you can unlock the lock remotely through the gateway. This function can only be turned on and off near the lock via Bluetooth. So I'm actually going to turn this on, that way I can unlock the lock no matter where I am as long as I have an internet connection. Next, we have automatic locking, so this is great so you don't have to constantly remember to manually lock your door. As you can see right now, by default, it is turned on with a current time of 5 seconds. You can adjust that from 5 seconds all the way up to 60 seconds and even have a custom timer, so that way it'll always automatically lock for you after a certain amount of time. Personally, for a bedroom door, I feel like 5 seconds is good enough. So next, we can actually add this to Siri so we can unlock it with our voice using Siri. So as you can see, it says, "Hey Siri, unlock the bedroom door." Every time I say, "Hey Siri, unlock the bedroom door," it'll unlock the bedroom door. So let's try that out real quick. Unlock the bedroom door. And just like that, it's unlocked. Very cool. The cool thing about that is you can even use your Apple Watch. Unlock the bedroom door.
Done.
Just like that. Now going back to the main screen, we have user management, which is actually gonna be really cool. So we can add users. You can either choose limited time, for example, if you have an Airbnb, or you can choose permanent if you happen to live there. So you can add someone's email address as well as their name, and also allow remote unlocking if you want to. For this to work, they're definitely gonna have to download the Geek Smart app onto their phone so they can use all the features. But if we go back to the main screen, we have options for password management. So you can actually add users here and they don't have to use the app. So we can add a password. We can choose permanent, limited time, one-time use, or a custom time frame. Okay, so it looks like it generated me a password. Now I don't want that. So it looks like in order to create your own password, you have to go to custom. You can choose permanent right here, choose a name, and now you can choose a password between 4 and 9 digits. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we uncheck permanent, you can actually have an effective time and a failure time. So that way it can only work for 24 hours or whatever you decide to choose. But we're gonna choose permanent because, you know, I live here. Create and send. You can choose an email address to forward the password to. Success. So now the code should work. 2, 3, 4, pound. It unlocked. Whoa, it worked already. Pretty crazy. Now the thing it did say on here is that the password must be used at least one time within 24 hours after setting it up, otherwise it will be invalid and deleted. And as you can see under password management, we can see the administrative password as well as each individual password we have set up for different users. Now passwords are fine and all, but for the most part, I'm gonna wanna use my fingerprint. So right here on the home screen, we have fingerprint management. We're gonna tap on that. We're gonna add people, add a fingerprint. Now we're gonna have a fingerprint name, so I'll just put my name. Permanent, or you can also choose limited time. We're gonna go to next. And now we have to press our finger on the sensor 4 times for it to register. So I'm gonna use my thumb. Move it around a little bit as I do it. And now we're done. So now, as you can see, it's locked, but whoa, that was actually really fast. I gotta try that again. Hold on, let's let it lock. That's crazy. It is insanely fast how it does that. And now this is really cool if you're running an Airbnb and you want to pass out key cards. So we can go to IC card management. We can go to the top right on the 3 dots, add an IC card. And as you can see, got the IC card right here in my hand. It can go on a keychain, whatever. You can choose if you want it to be permanent, or you can choose a time frame that it'll work. You can name it, so we'll just call it IC card. Go to next. That's cool, we swipe the card. Just like that. It registered in the app, door is locked, but whoa, that's pretty crazy, it actually unlocked it. I'm really impressed with that. Then on the bottom right, we have remote unlock, so we could tap on that, remote unlock. Although you do need a gateway for that to work, so you can connect it to Wi-Fi. Keep that in mind. And now the only thing left in the app right here in the middle, unlocking records. So you can actually see who unlocked your door, at what time, with what method, and that way you can keep track of who's going in and out of your house. All right, so it looks like we have all the smart features out of the way, but let's say you get home, the door's locked, but guess what? The battery died, you can't do anything smart with it. In that case, you have 2 options. One, you can plug in a power bank to give it some power so you can use the smart options, or maybe you're drunk, you got home, can't remember the password, don't have a power bank, something's going on, but you have your metal key laying nearby. You can take the key, slip it in the bottom, twist it, and it unlocks. Very cool. That way you're never locked out. Just like that. So with all said and done, I can definitely recommend this lock. I mean, first of all, I love the way it looks, love the way it feels. It's very well designed and built, definitely feels like it'll stand the test of time. It's working without fail every time. Instant fingerprint unlock, very cool. Passwords are great to have. Physical keys, the key cards are definitely a nice addition in case you want to run an Airbnb and instead of having metal keys out there, pass out little key cards just like a hotel. It makes you feel and look so professional. The installation process was actually very easy. Just follow the instructions, you know, get the job done very quickly, probably within about 10 minutes if you actually know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it might take a little bit longer as you try to figure out everything, but it's definitely easy enough for anybody to do. As far as the app goes, it's very fluid, very user-friendly, and it's easy to use all the different functions, whether you're adding fingerprints, adding key cards, adding key codes, checking who's unlocking the door, or even unlocking the door remotely, assuming you have the gateway. And one of my favorite features, of course, unlock the bedroom door. Just like that. I don't even have to use my finger, although the fingerprint is super responsive and I love it so much. And I really like that it actually has a speaker on there so it talks to you and lets you know what's going on. And one of the cool things about it is if you use the wrong finger, failed, but then after you do it a few times, it calls the cops. Okay, it doesn't actually call the cops, but it throws off a siren so that way you know, okay, I'm not supposed to be here, I better get out of here. Of course, if you want it to be completely silent, you could turn off the sounds, but personally, I'm leaving them on. If you want to pick one up for yourself, I'll throw the link down below in the description because I can definitely recommend picking one of these up for your door because it just feels so good to use. It feels so much better than a regular door handle, plus you have that added security and the other cool feature, you can have passage mode on so that way it doesn't lock if you have people going in and out constantly, but then when you want it to lock, just set it up to lock and guess what? You're back to being super secure. Very easy, very thought out, and I'm really digging it.